Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakfield Farm. So first of all, before we do anything today, we're just going to click on the needs ploughing option so you can see that every field of ours needs to be ploughed, which means we're losing 10% productivity on those. If I switch that off and put fertilised on, you can see that two of our fields, the arable fields, are fully fertilised, which means they're 90% more productive than what they could be. So that is very good. We're just missing out on the 10% there, but it doesn't really matter, we can plough the fields later after the harvest. Field 34, that does need to be fertilised once more. Likewise, the 3 grass fields need to be as well. Otherwise, things are going pretty well. I'm quite impressed by it. The milk is bringing in quite a bit of money. In fact, it's keeping us in profit every night, and we have the wool here as well. In fact, there is another pallet here that needs to be moved, so we'll do that straight away. We'll put it in the pallet store down the bottom. And what I'd like to do today, providing the grass is ready to cut, is, well, as I've just said, cut the grass. It would be a great thing to do. Let's drop that off there first of all, and then we'll put the pallet tines on wherever they are. I don't know where I've put them as usual. There they are, good. Ah yes, I keep the attachments for the front loader and the Merlo in the workshop. If I keep the same place, then we can't lose them. Right, okay, so we'll get this done very quickly. The forecast is for sunshine, which is fantastic. Nothing worse than a forecast for rain or sleet. Horrible. But no, it's good. Bit of cloud about, but overall, very good. So hopefully we can indeed cut the grass if it's ready. But first, 2,000 more litres of wool. And 2,000 litres of wool is a lot of money. We have pretty much 3 full pallets. One wasn't totally full, but it was not far off. So it's around 5,900 or so litres in total. And this time I'll definitely put it into the storage area and not get it out again. There we go. So you can see the stacking up, and you can clearly see how many pallets we have in here. 3. It even says here 3. A total of 5,937 litres, which means that is absolutely brilliant. If we can sell that with great demand or something like that, it would be fantastic. Loads of money. But we can't keep thinking about the potential money, because we need to go and make some money straight away by cutting the grass fields ready to bale up. Actually no, I'm wrong. We're going to cut the grass fields ready to pick up with either a loading wagon or with a forager. I don't think we're going to have the forager just yet, but we will do eventually. And as well, there's something I'm going to do later in the video, which you will probably already know about due to the title of the video and the thumbnail. And to be honest, we might not even be doing the grass cutting today. It all depends on the state. In fact, yeah, let's just go and pick it up now straight away, because we need to go and check up on the grass fields anyway. It's best to plan this video properly, instead of taking all the tractors to the fields if they're not ready to cut. So into the Defender, brilliant vehicle. It is for this vehicle. In fact, there's no point in me trying to disguise what it is, because you've already seen it. So yeah, it's the trailer, recommended by Virtual Farmer. I have had it before, I haven't used it for a while. It's been updated quite a bit since the last time I used it, so it should be pretty good. In fact, it was pretty good the first time, but there was the odd glitch, so hopefully now it's perfect. It's looking good. I don't know if that is 100% ready, but that is definitely long enough. That is very good. So yes, we're going to be cutting grass today. Good to know. Oh, I didn't open the door. I did my usual trick of teleporting out the side. Yes, always open the door in future. So we'll head up to the store and we'll bring the trailer back, put it into storage, and then after that we'll be able to use it for moving the bales about. We might still actually do some bales. Usually my plan is to do 1 field as bales and 2 of silage, whichever form the silage takes, whether it's a silage bale or just chaff ready for fermenting in a pit. So before, all 3 of the fields were baled, so it doesn't really matter which one is left as left of baling. The point is 2 of them are going to be picked up with a loading wagon, so yeah, just need to choose which one is going to be the best. I would say actually the field that we've just been to would be the best one to bale, as picking up the grass with the loading wagon in the tight corners might be quite tricky, but it is just as hard to pick it up with the baler. It's just that is quite a good place for bales, as it's fairly local to the main yard and we don't have to transport them too far. So that is likely what we will do. But here we are to make our purchase. It's already been ordered, so we just have to pick it up. We're going to speak to them inside through the door as you normally would go and speak to people, but yes, we need to go on here first. So I don't actually know which category it's going to be put under. There it is. Brilliant trailer. Standard setup, design 2, design 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's endless. I don't know which one, because I don't know what they look like, so we could just pick one at random. Design 5. It probably did say on the website, and we'll keep that as standard as well. So we'll buy that and hope for the best. Here goes. Where is it? There it is. Yep, that looks brilliant. I should think the design is just changing the wheel rims and stuff, that kind of thing, but it looks very good. The only tricky thing is going to be hitching up to it from the in-cab position, or in-vehicle position, because we can't stick our head out the window. Yeah, it's not like ETS2. I could just try and guess. Did that work? Whoa! I did it. So, keypad 7 is the side, the left side. Keypad 8 is the back, and 9 must be the other side. Yes, it is. We then have the lights and stuff, so we've got the hazard warning lights and the main lights. Looking very good behind it. So yeah, this should be brilliant for taking stuff like conventional bales about. I'm looking to do some conventional bales eventually, so it'll be perfect for that job. But as we've now bought it and we've spent some money, we must go and put it back in the yard nice and safely while we go and do some mowing. Let me know what you think to it though. I'm very impressed so far. As I say, I have used it before. It was a very long time ago. It was actually the episode, I think, just after Christmas last year. No, sorry, 2 years ago. 2016. So, yes, it will have been just after the release of FS17. We were on Chellington. I used it on Chellington. And it all worked very well, except for I tried to put some full-size bales on it, and at the time, it couldn't really support it. But who knows, now it might do, but even so, they were some pretty big bales. They shouldn't have even been on the trailer. But yeah, I'd love to carry some conventional bales on here. I think it'd be really fitting. Anyway, the dew should be evaporating. It is 20 past 8 in the morning. It's still quite early. With it being late summer, it will stay dewy for a while. But it shouldn't matter too much, just for a bit of mowing. Slow drivers, so slow. We'll go this way instead. I'm just trying to think which tractor is going to be the best machine to use for all of this. Obviously the Massey Ferguson for the actual cutting, because it's already kitted up, it's already got the mowers on, all ready to go. But then after that, it's going to have to be rode up. So that could be, well, the Claas has got the road up tyres, it's not really Claas. It's going to have to be, the John Deere, I suppose. 7610. I assume that would be the most fitting tractor for the job. And then, obviously, it's dependent on what we're going to do, whether we're going to hire a loading wagon or hire a forager. That will really depend on money. At the moment, it's looking like we're going to have to use the loading wagon, but that doesn't really matter too much, because we can still get quite a bit done. It's perfect for one player, which we are at the moment. Obviously, Chainsaw 100 is hopefully going to be joining later in the series when the map is released. But yes, when he does join, we can do foraging pretty well. 2 players and stuff. It should go really realistically, actually, because he's actually a very realistic player. He'll probably make me stand out like a sore thumb as the unrealistic player. But that's all good. I'm sure a lot of people will be pleased to see him in the videos. He always used to play in my FS15 videos for a long time on Cobra Park Farm and stuff. But yeah, we just basically, I continued making all my videos. I think he couldn't really keep up with joining, so he started putting his own videos on recently. But it'd be nice to have another collaboration again. So yeah, let's just go and locate those Massey Ferguson setup. It's over here. I've just basically done a lap when I shouldn't have done. We're already in the right place. I've had to move around, you see. I've moved stuff around. I've put it in here. But yeah, there we go. Okay, that's all good. Ready to go. So first things first, the field down here. It just seems to be the most logical one to start with, as it is the closest. But what we mustn't have happening here, I'll just put the times 5, is we don't want it to rain on the grass, because it would be fairly detrimental to the yield after it's cut. And somebody keeps saying that the other tractor, the big John Deere we have, apparently you can open it from the outside. So we'll have to do that in future. I've always been trying to close the door before I jump out, because, well, all the other tractors don't allow you to shut the door from the outside. So I'll have to check. I have to do it properly. I think if we just start here, so we're not crushing too much of the grass, that would be the best approach. We're going to have to time-lapse some of this, as it will take a while. But yeah, I think really this kind of job doesn't really have to be done in real time anyway. It's fairly self-explanatory. We've done it before. But the difference is this time we have much more grass. And much more productive grass. It looks very lush. So I'll try and get to as close to the edge as possible, but we can't go too close, because otherwise we'll get all the weeds and stuff. All the nettles and all those things we don't really want in the mix. Well, that's the first field done, fairly quickly. You can see what it looks like. I think it looks quite good. Not really about the looks and stuff, but yeah, they do nicely. We'll probably come back here later and row it up, but first we must go over to the other 2 fields and try and cut those as well. I think we'll start off with the biggest, because then we get to leave the smallest until last. The progress should feel a bit more satisfying. So from here I would say, yeah, we continue straight on instead of going through the yard, and so then we can go up the road and get to field 8 and 10, I think it is. Yeah, it must be. Yes, Field number 8 is the bigger one. Field 10 is the very small rectangular field. So we'll get both of those cut. I don't know if we're going to be able to row them all up today, but we'll certainly do one today. And then straight away, in the next episode, we will come in with the whatever it is, whether it's the loading wagon or the forager, and we'll get them picked up. The other thing which I could use is the trail forager. That could work very effectively. So it definitely won't be, as far as I can see, a self-propel one. It would just be way too expensive. But if we can use, for example, in fact, do I have one? Let me just see. I don't think I do. Foragers. Yes, I do. Wow. The Massey Ferguson one just here. For picking up grass. If we can use that, in fact we probably will, we'll use this exact one, then that should be the most cost-effective method of doing it. It should work pretty well. Before I do it though, because whenever I do that kind of thing I always get loads of comments saying, oh, you did it wrong and stuff. Oops. Just like I did that wrong by the look of it. Oh, the mower touched the mound of soil in front of us. Kind of inevitable. But yes, before I do it, many people always say you had the trailer on the wrong side, or you should have been towing the trailer with the forager. So before I do it, please let me know, what is the correct method of loading up a trailer from a trailed forager? Do you tow the trailer? Do you put the trailer on the back of another tractor on its left hand side, or on the back of a tractor on its right hand side? I would love to know this, because otherwise I'm just going to do it the way I feel like doing it, and then I'll just get bombarded with a load of complaints, which is what happens quite often. So yeah, if you can just post down below what the preferred method is, then that would be fantastic. Okay, so this is going to have to be another time lapse, I suppose, because it's just going to be another repeat of what we've just done. Unfold the front mower. And off we go. Okay, there we go. Right, so we're just going to have to fold this up just briefly so we can fit through the gateway. And now we can do this field as well. I think we're going to have to just shut this gate, otherwise we're going to be missing a piece. So come on, gate. But yeah, you can definitely tell that it is a much more productive field now, and that the grass is longer. It is worth waiting until the grass is longer, because otherwise you're basically doing the same amount of work for less in return. Right, that should do. And off we go once again. Shut the door. There we go. So this field is going to be very quick to do. It is very small. As you can see, the stone wall is just over there. But still, we need to make the most of it. In fact, even more reason to make the most of it, with it being smaller. Yeah, luckily I took the bales away from here before the grass was too long, so it didn't actually destroy any of the grass by driving on it. It could have been very bad, actually. It could have covered it in tyre marks, and we could have lost quite a bit of grass out. We could have lost quite a bit of money. But, yeah, things have gone pretty well. I think it is definitely worth trying to cut everything in one go, providing you can bale it all or pick it all up in one go as well, because otherwise there'd be a lot of grass just hanging about. But it just saves having to keep swapping tractors so much. How close can we get to the wall? Yeah, it's pretty tough when you've got to keep looking around with the mouse. Track IR or something would be very useful. But I don't have it anymore. I used to have it. I've done a video on it. But for some reason I sold it. I can't remember why. I should probably rebuy it. Ah, I've caught the wall. Yeah, I think track IR would go down pretty well. The only issue is, it wouldn't work so well with time lapses. That's where the problem would lie. I keep hitting the wall. I'm going to have to do the first bit from out of camp view. The field is already golden. It's a good job we finished with it. That is one of the fields which is fully fertilised. Which is actually quite concerning because it means that the other field, field number 34, which still needs to be done, is going to be fully grown as well. Although, it is oilseed rape, so we could just very easily say we're spraying it off. It will all work out okay in the end. Yeah, so when this is done, we're going to take it back to the yard, pack it all up, put it back in the shed, and then we're going to attach the windrower to probably the 7610. Then we'll row up field number... Oh, I always get it wrong. Is it 16? I think it's 16. Wrong button. It is 16. Yes, I got it right. Yeah, so we'll row up field 16. Then we'll call it a day. Tomorrow, we're going to complete all 3 fields. So that means baling a field, rowing up 2 fields, and collecting the grass from 2 as well. That is my plan. It doesn't mean I'm going to stick to it, because sometimes I can say that, and then I just realise that I've just put way too much on my plate, and we can't get it all done in one episode. But I try my best to. It's a good opportunity as well to have a longer video. It's just quite a bit of it, maybe a time lapse, as it is all the same job. But no, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll go alright. And of course, if you have any suggestions throughout this series, please do post them down below. Not so much about buying stuff, because we've already bought quite a bit of stuff. I'm fairly happy with the machinery we have. I'm going to get a Massey Ferguson 135, I hope. I did indeed say I wasn't going to get any more Massey Fergusons, but yeah, we're just going to have to. It isn't like a new one, so it's not like just another Massey Ferguson tractor. It is vintage, it's unique, and it's desirable. But yes, like I say, suggestions about the way we should do stuff, the order of what we should do, please do feel free to post down below. Okay, so there we go. The last field is finished. Now all we have to do is fold stuff up. I'll keep the gate open because although it's going to be over 2 episodes, it's actually going to be the exact same day, and it'll actually be about an hour from now. So I should think... Actually no, sorry, we're playing at times 5. 1 o'clock-ish, we will be back here in the next video. Obviously if you're watching this video past the release date, so like 2 weeks after or something, or 2 years after maybe, yeah, you'll be able to watch the 2 videos back to back. I haven't picked up the front mower. Stuff like that is what damages your equipment. Stupidity. I think, yeah, as we have the barn available to us, we'll put it all just straight in the barn. No point leaving stuff outside, especially in the pit, as the pit is going to be filled up. I'm fairly sure there's no traffic on this road, but I'm not entirely convinced. But I've never... Oh yeah, there can't be, 'cause it's a single road. That means all the traffic must be on the main road. So which is our turn? This one here. Just follow the tractor marks, the tyre marks. Good. And at this rate there'll be some more wool ready to move. Although yes, it does take quite a long time. But we do have a lot of sheep. In fact, that reminds me we should probably just check up on them. We don't want the cows or the sheep dying. That would just be terrible. Really costly to the farm. Especially when we have the food and the water to give to them. Right, okay, so badge reverses into here. Should do. This is what I mean about having to quickly close it while getting out. Yeah, sheep. How are you doing? Cows as well. Ah, that's not good. Okay, that's messed up tomorrow's episode because they're going to have to be done first as a priority. So we might only get to do that. We'll also row up and probably just about start picking it up as well. Picking the grass up with this trailer and the forager. So yeah, let's just run around the corner. Is the windrower there? It is, right. Okay, so if we get the John Deere, there's the sprayer. I think I left the John Deere in this barn up here. There's the big one. Okay, where did I put it? That's weird. Hiding around the corner from where the sheep are. And this, I believe, is actually a silage pit as well, so we could dump stuff here. Not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll keep the front loader on. It's not really causing any trouble. It'll cause more trouble to remove it. We'll hitch to this windrower and begin. And of course I need to give myself enough turning space to get out as well, because we're turning right out of here. Just about. Okay. I think another time lapse is going to be in order. And I'd also say rowing up takes the exact same amount of time as cutting the field in the first place. I think it's a very similar width. But it depends on the speed. I might have to just see first of all. Yeah, I don't know what speed you can do this at. We'll soon find out. I think we did mowing at, was it 12 or 8? This is 12. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly the same amount of time I would have thought. Anyway, see you in a second. So there we go, all done. So yeah, I think it probably is going to be bales, not chaff, that field. Just seems to be the most logical one for it. But either way, we have to transport something from the other fields. But they aren't too far away, so it doesn't bother me anyway. So yeah, one last thing, that is to check up on the hay bales, because what I'd like to do is get some hay bales produced on the third cut, providing we can do, if the grass grows back enough. Because we have to have a supply for the winter. Now I have no doubt that what we have here is going to be enough for the rest of the summer and autumn, but it won't get us through the winter, I don't think. So what do we have? 6 here? Yep. That would definitely do for now, but it won't get us through to the spring when the grass starts to grow again. So yeah, next time we're going to have to, on the third cut, we're going to have to create some hay bales as well. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.